Hello students, in previous lecture we have already seen some important topic related to treatment of analytical data. Okay, the main topics were we have already discussed about accuracy. Okay, we have discussed about precision, and this whole chapter is revolving around these two words. And why I am saying this? Because we have also talked about errors, right? Errors, and we will talk about, and we have already seen it, the types of errors and all. Okay, so the thing is, in upcoming lectures you will see that the whole chapter is nothing but it's revolving around two words, only two words. Even the error and significant figures and everything is revolving around only two words, and the words are the accuracy. It's the word is accuracy, and the second word is precision. Okay, and why I'm saying this, you will understand, after this lecture and in upcoming lectures. Okay, so in this lecture we are talking about accuracy, in which the methods, okay, in which way you can express the accuracy. Means, if you have some analytical data, okay, if you have performed some experiments and you got some measurements or data. So if you want to know that whether your data is accurate or not, look, I'm talking about accuracy, not the precision. Okay, if your data is accurate or not, you have to know, you have to see these two things. And to express accuracy, we are showing errors. So what error will show in this also, the main thing is absolute error and relative error. And you will understand it, after this lecture. At least you will understand some part of it, why I'm talking about this. So if you want to express accuracy, you can express in these two things, that is absolute error and relative error. What error is, that we have already talked about. Okay, what is error? The error is difference in between your true value and the measured value. For example, this is your measured value, this is true value. The difference in between that, it is error. Errors, you if you want to calculate errors, types of errors is different thing. If you are performing any experiment and whether that your measurement is having error or not, that is different thing. But in this thing you have to calculate and see in your analytical data that if error is occurring or not. In previous lecture we have seen the types of error, and what was that? It was related to our practical thing, that what we are doing in laboratory, what we are performing, the error due to that. But in this thing we are actually calculating it and seeing if and we are trying to see that if your measurement having error or not. And if it is having error, then whether you should keep that data or you should reject that data. Okay, that we have to see it mathematically in upcoming lectures. Okay, we will give some treatment to our analytical data. Okay, so you can describe the accuracy by absolute error, by seeing absolute error and relative error. Okay, so what is absolute error? So the absolute error, we know that it is difference in between the measured value and the true value. This is also the definition of simple error, which is absolute error. You know that there is some error and you already know the true value. And if you are measuring the value and if there is difference, so this difference is what is absolute error. Okay, the error magnitude, it has some value. So if you know the absolute value, of that error, that is absolute error. Okay, okay. Now the second thing is relative error. And what is the relative error? If you know the absolute error and you are dividing it with its true value, you are dividing it with its true value, then whatever you are getting, it is relative error. What you are doing, this is your absolute error. Xi is your measured value, t is your true value, so you are taking difference, and this difference is absolute error. We have seen this in the absolute error, right? This is absolute error, right? In this thing, you have to just get that value and divide it with your true value. So whatever you are getting is your relative error. So what you are actually doing here, you are trying to find out accuracy. Okay, you are trying to find out accuracy, whether your result is accurate or not. If you want to know your results accuracy, you can perform these two experiments. You have to find out its absolute error, and you can find out its relative error. Okay, you have to do this thing. Okay, now there are two other terms that you have to know. There are also a type of error, but keep that in mind that the types of error that we have seen in previous lecture were the types of errors in your experiments, or in your instrument, or in due to analyst itself, right? But what these errors are about, these errors are the mathematical operations that you are doing on your data. So these errors are like that. To show, in this case, you are showing the accuracy in this way. Okay, so for example, constant error. If you are talking about constant error, so what is constant error? The error in which the absolute error remains constant and the relative error changes with change in sample size. Okay, and in which, what is the variable here is the sample size. If you are changing the sample size, then what is the condition is that the error in which absolute error should be constant, the first error that we have seen should be constant, and the relative error जो क्या हो रहा है, change हो रहा है, ठीक है, that actually changes. So that kind of error is a constant. And the other type is vice versa, proportionate error. What is the error? The error in which the magnitude of absolute error is changing with change in the sample size, but relative error remains constant. Okay, this is vice versa. So we have seen two concepts. The first one is constant error, and the second one is proportionate error. It's about if sample size is changing, what kind of error occurs. Okay, so if absolute error, this is all about your mathematical operations or mathematical calculation that you are doing. Okay, this is all based on that. Okay, now the next thing, you have to know some important terms. In upcoming lectures, we will use some mathematical tests to show what, whether your result, whatever result you have got, means your data, is it applicable or it is acceptable, or you have to reject those data. That experiment that you have done, you have to reject that data because that data doesn't fulfill some conditions. Okay, if you want to if you have to reject that data, or you have to, or if you can accept that data. So for that thing, you have to operate some mathematical operation over that data. Okay, so what you have to do for that, you have to know some important terms that we will use in that thing. So the first one is mean. If you have some data, for example, if you have some data, if you have taken burette reading, right? So mean is, its means is also is the same as you are taking any kind of mean. Okay, it's the value, like for example, if you have taken any burette reading, it is 11, in the second one you have got 12, in the third one you have got 13, and the 14, and 15. Suppose you have got these 5 readings, for example burette readings, okay. So what you have to do now, you have to take mean of these readings. So how will you do that? It's simple, of course you will be familiar of it. For example, if you are taking mean of it, what you will do, the equation is not written here, but you can simply write that in this way. For example, if you are taking x bar is equal to, if you are taking I is equal to 1 to n is the number of readings that you have taken, okay, number of reading. Okay, the first one you have to do is xi upon n. This is the equation to find out mean. It's okay if you can't properly, we will see it in previous in upcoming lectures, okay. So what you have to do, you have to do the mean as you are already doing in other cases, right? What you have to do, you have to take sum of all of your readings. For example, 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15, okay. And what you have to do, you have to divide it with the number of readings that you have taken. How many readings you have taken? 5, right? 11 plus 12 plus 13, you have to take that upon, you have to put the number of readings, and those were 5. And in this case, because it is in ascending order, you will know that the mean will be 13, right? Mean will be 13 if you do that. That is simple, but in other cases you have to calculate it. What is mean? Mean is, of course, you know, all, you have to summarize all of the value and you have to divide it with the number of readings that you have, ठीक है. ये आपको करना है. अब आपको करना है मीडियन. अब मीडियन में क्या होता है, देखो, एज पर द नेम, मीडियन मीन्स एनी वैल्यू दैट कम्स इन द मिडल. क्या होता है, अगर आपने कोई डेटा लिया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट किया और उसका सेम टू सेम, जैसे हम एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं 11, 12, 13, 14 और 15, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये आपके रीडिंग्स है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ब्यूरेट रीडिंग्स है, ठीक है. अब आप क्या कर रहे हो, मीडियन क्या होता है, मीडियन जो है वो क्या होता है, अगर आपका डेटा जो है आपने असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग किसी भी ऑर्डर में आपको शिफ्ट करना है, मीन्स वो असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में या क्या है, असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में हम उसको क्या कर रहे हैं, उसको अरेंज करना है पहले, उसके बाद उसकी मिडल वैल्यू देखनी है. अगर वो ऑड नंबर है तो सबसे पहले क्या करना है, उसको एकदम आपको असेंडिंग मेनली हम लेते हैं तो असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में उसको लिख लेना है. उसके बाद अगर वो ऑड नंबर है, यहाँ पे कितना नंबर है, 1 2 3 4 और 5, तो हमें पता है मिडल में क्या आएगा, 13, तो वही हमारा मीडियन हो गया. लेकिन अगर क्या होगा, अगर मैं यहाँ पे 16 लिख दूँ तो सब तो सारे के सारे डेटा ऑड नंबर में तो नहीं होते ना, में भी होते हैं. तो इवन में आपको क्या करना है, इवन में आपको इन दोनों का जो है, जो मिडल में 2 नंबर आएंगे अगर इवन होगा तो वो कौन कौन से आएंगे, 13 और 14, इनका जो है वो मीन ले लो आप. इनका क्या करना है, मीन लेना है. तो अब आपका मीन वैल्यू क्या आएगा, 13.5 ले लो. 13 प्लस 14/2 उसका मिडल वैल्यू ले लो, यानी क्या ले लो, उसका मीन ले लो. अगर इवन है तो, ऑड है तो क्या करना है, वैसे ही आपको पता चलेगा कि बीच में कौन सा वैल्यू आता है. लेकिन उससे पहले एक चीज़ ध्यान में रखना है आपको उसको असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में पहले फाइंड करना है, ठीक है. असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में आपको क्या करना है, उसको ठीक से एडजस्ट करना है सबसे पहले, ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है 13.3 4 5 7 8, ठीक है. अब ये सारे के सारे क्या है, ये असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में ऑलरेडी है, ठीक है. तो आपको क्या करना है उसकी, और ऑड नंबर में देखो तो उसका बीच वाला आपको ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा. और ये क्या है, ये हमारा क्या बनेगा, ये हमारा मीडियन बनेगा. आपने 2 टर्म्स देखे, मीन और ये है मीडियन. अब आएगा आपका मोड. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट 3 टर्म्स हैं अगर आपको मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशंस करना है एनालिटिकल डेटा का, ठीक है. मोड क्या होता है, बहुत सिंपल है, जो है वो वैल्यू जो बार बार रिपीट होता है. अगर आप कोई फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप कोई डेटा ले रहे हो, ये आपका ब्यूरेट रीडिंग ले लो फॉर एग्जांपल, ये आपकी ब्यूरेट रीडिंग है कौन से 12.6, 12.7, 12.9, 12.7, फिर से 12.6, फिर से 12.8, 13, 12.5, फिर से 12.6। तो आप ये देखो कि इन रिपीट कौन सा नंबर हो रहा है। देखो 12.7 दो बार रिपीट हो रहा है, ठीक है, और 12.6 जो है वो 3 बार रिपीट हो रहा है। तो हम क्या बोल सकते हैं कि 12.6 है वो जो है इसका क्या है, मोड है, वो क्या है, मोड है, क्योंकि वो उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैक्सिमम है। फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब वो बार बार रिपीट हो रहा है, यानी 3 टाइम रिपीट हो रहा है, तो उसका मोड बनेगा। ठीक है, ये आपको जो है ये 3 मेन जो है टर्म्स ये क्या होते हैं और कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं या देखते हैं ये पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सबसे बेसिक है उसका। अगर आपको आगे स्टैटिस्टिकल में जाना है डेटा एनालिसिस में, तो ये 3 सबसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट और सबसे बेसिक टर्म्स हैं। कौन सा है, मीन है, तो आप मीन लेते हो तो आपको पता है मीन क्या होता है, इसका बीच का जो सबसे मिडिल की वैल्यू होती है। ऑड होगी तो आपको ऐसे ही पता चल जाएगा कि ये मिडिल का है, लेकिन कुछ भी लिखा हो तो ऐसे ही मत छोड़ के आना कि अगर बीच में कुछ लिखा है तो वही है। पहले उसको असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में उसको लिखो, उसके बाद अगर ऑड है तो वैसे मिल जाएगा, और इवन है तो क्या करो, मिडिल के जो 2 बनते हैं, एक नहीं बनेगा, उसका क्या ले लो, उसका मीन ले लो, ठीक है। और उसके बाद आता है मोड, मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स जो नंबर रिपीट होता है वो क्या बनेगा, वो उसका मोड बनेगा, ठीक है। तो ये चीज़ें आपको समझ में आ गई होंगी, और अगर इसमें कोई डाउट है आपको तो आप पूछ लो, चाहे आप ग्रुप में पूछ सकते हो या फिर कमेंट भी आप कर सकते हो। और बाकी के जो है वो हम जो टॉपिक्स हैं वो हम अगले लेक्चर्स में देंगे।